Today we are going to start next module. Okay, let me just get a workspace here, and in this workspace I have this report, right? There are some options, some features like which are specific to report and a dashboard. Okay, so first I'm going to show you report options. So once you open any report, then you see some set of options here, right? So these you can use based on your needs. So I'm going to explain that what are these here. First, let's start with the file. First is save as. So for example, if you want to save this report, okay, and you want to make any change in that report, then you can save as this report in your workspace, okay, and in that workspace you can work, okay, you can make your changes which you want, okay, and if you do not want to share, then no problem, that will be visible to you only, okay, but if that workspace is accessible all the team members, then all team members will be able to see that report, okay. When you save the report, when you save report, you can, if you have the permission to create the new workspaces, right? So how we create new workspace, let's say we go here, okay, and I create the new workspace. So let's say I want to save this report, okay, in my workspace, let's say in any other customized workspace, then I'll simply click here, save as, and this report will be saved. So this is, let's say, test of save as. I click on save as. So it will be by default saved into the in the same workspace here, right, as you see here. But in case if you want to save this report in any other workspace, okay, so for example, this is your this workspace is for your like your team workspace, but you want to save that report in your personal workspace, okay. So in case you have this finance workspace, so if you want to move report from one workspace to another workspace, not move exactly, if you want to copy from one workspace to another workspace, then here you have the option save a copy. Here you can define the name, save as to, and here you can choose the workspace. So I want to place it, I want to save it into the finance workspace. So here you can select your destination workspace and click on select. Now once you will go to the finance, here you will see that test of save as to, okay. So it depends where you want to save your report. If you want to save as your report in existing workspace, then open report and save as. If you want to save as in any other workspace, then before opening, you see here some actions on the report, right? So here you can choose save as a copy, okay? Then you can save it in another workspace. All right, next option you have print. It's simple, like if you want to print this report. Next we have embedded, okay? Embedded feature is nothing but it's simply like it will export a embed code for you, okay. Now it basically it exports two codes. One is your like embed code, and the second one is your HTML code, okay. So this code is simply nothing but it's just a URL, right? If I share this URL with you and you have the access, you have the permission of that report, then you can access it, okay. But before accessing, you will be asked to provide your credentials, to enter your Power BI service credentials, okay. And this is your HTML link, right? So here is nothing like in HTML website or any other blog where you want to like integrate it, then directly you can use this iframe code, okay. When you go here and you see here an embed, this is a secured way, okay. Why secured? Because when you will try to hit that URL, you will have to provide your Power BI service credentials. Without that, you won't be able to access the report. All right. Next, we have the embed in SharePoint online. Let's say if you have any, if you have the SharePoint in your organization, any in your SharePoint page, you want to display any Power BI report, right? Then you can export that embed code from here, right? So it is almost like kind of same embed code. It is also secure. So you just copy this URL, okay, and you provide it with you share it with the SharePoint team. They will add this URL into the SharePoint page. Okay, when the people go in SharePoint and they try to add the, let me just try, when they try to add the SharePoint, right? So this is my trial SharePoint. Now this report, if you want to display in SharePoint, then you have to open the SharePoint and you have to create a blank page. Okay, so here I'm creating a site first, although it's not like required for you because it's SharePoint developers activity, but I'm just showing you test site. Okay, so you will be having your company site like this. Now you want to create a new page. In this page, I want to create a blank page. In this blank page, I want to add the Power BI report. I want to integrate the Power BI report. So here you have to click add a new web part. in order to add a new web part, here you'll see a Power BI option. Here it is. Now here you can click on add report and you provide the Power BI report link. Right? So I have copied that link. Let's get that link again. SharePoint link. Now this is the link, copy it and go to SharePoint, paste it here. Now which page you want to integrate? Which page you want to display from this URL? So here you click, should give you the page name. Okay, so now page 1 is coming here and what is the display you want? 16 by 9, right? That's it. Now you can click on publish button, that's it. Here you need to provide a name to this page. This is my Power BI sales or any, publish it. Now what will happen inside the SharePoint, people can see this report like this. So here you see, this is the same report which you see here, right? So it will be integrated, it will be embedded into the SharePoint, okay? And here you will see all the functionalities, like all the pages, filters, everything you can do here, whatever you want. All right. Next, we move to the publish to web. This is one. So if you want to publish any report openly on the internet, then you can simply click on this and the report will be published openly on internet, right? So here, contact your admin because it is disabled here, okay? It doesn't require any pro and it's not secure. The person who is having that URL can access the report, can view your report. Next option you have is export to PowerPoint and export to PDF. If you want to export your report in PowerPoint and PDF, then you can just click here. You can choose the option from here. It will just take the screenshot of the report pages and will just add into the PowerPoint or into the PDF. Okay. Next, we have into the view tab. So here you have some functionality like how you want to see the page, whether you want to fit this page to the width or where you want to see the actual size, right? So here you can set the page sizes. You have some functionality here. You can choose the contrast of your report. It's because if some people are not able to see the colors properly, right, then they can use this report in this way. Okay, and it's like user level you can configure. Okay, so as I'm configuring it in this view, then this contrast view will be available for me only. Okay, not for others. Okay, so individual can set their view based on their requirement. Okay, some network issue. Let me refresh the page. All right, so here then you see some selection panes and bookmark pane. This is the same thing like which we have discussed, bookmarking and the selection into the Power BI desktop. So if you want, as an admin, because I'm the admin of this report, so I can do some changes in the selection pane and bookmarks. I can create the bookmarks here also on the Power BI service also. But these functionalities would not be visible to the end users, okay, business users. Only the report admin, report author can see these things. Next is the added report. If user wants or if admin wants, you can directly update the changes on Power BI service. Let's say if somebody asks me to quickly create a donut chart here, and directly I can create a donut chart here, right? And then I can save the report. That's it. So instead of like moving this report in Power BI desktop just for making this a small change, I don't need to do it from the Power BI desktop directly on Power BI service. I can save it. Once I save it, it will be reflected to all the users with whom this report has been shared. Okay. So report development functionality you have on the Power BI service also. Okay. But there's no doubt like in Power BI desktop, you have more functionalities, more features, everything you cannot do into the Power BI service, right? But the basic thing like report visualizations creation, that all these things you can easily do. But something like query diagnostics, performance analyzer, right? And creating the relationships, also creating the roles, right? Role right now you don't know, I'll tell you out today. So roles you cannot create on the Power BI service, right? So basic cosmetic things like visualization related things, definitely you can do on the Power BI service. Next you have when you want to refresh the page, entire page, you can just simply click on this refresh. It will just refresh your page. Next we have pin a live page. This one is interesting. Pin a live page basically add the complete report onto the dashboard. Okay, if you want to pin, if you don't want to pin individual visualization on a dashboard, you want to pin the complete report page on your dashboard, then you can choose this one, pin a live page. When you click on this, here you choose your dashboard. Let's say I create a new dashboard. This is a new dash. This page will be completely pinned onto the dashboard. Let's go to dashboard. And here you see your dashboard is there, right? So in which scenario it is required? Because on dashboard, we cannot filter the data. Okay, but if you want something like 5 or 6 pages you want to pin on a dashboard and you want to enable the dashboard viewers to apply the filters also, then in that situation you can use this functionality in a live page. It means the complete page you can pin on a dashboard, and if you have any slicer on this page, then you can apply the filters and you can slice and dice your data. All right, next very important functionality is commenting. So if I want to start the commenting, this requires the Office 365, right? So if you have the Office 365 license, then it will work. So it is same as like we comment, like we do commenting in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and in everywhere, right? So for example, if related to this report, if I want to post any comment, right? Or for example, I want to say like good business from US, right? From USA, post it. Now all the users who are having the access of this report, all the users will have a notification here into this notification tab. Okay, same as like we see in the Facebook and everywhere, right? So you can interact with your users instead of like opening any sending it through mail or sending it through Teams or Skype. You can just directly start communicating here. And the good thing is like if you want, you can mention any user also here. For example, if any user is responsible for any other region, for example, for Poland, right? Then I can mention that user here. Let's say @Monag, right? Can say something like sales is down in your region, something like whatever you want. So in this way, basically, you can particular person you can mention here. Okay, but this when you are mentioning it, like all people will be able to see this chat here, this history here. Okay, if you do this, if you mention any user here like this, then that person will get an email alert also. Okay, that this user mentioned you in this report. Okay, so this is a good thing. Like you can do all your comments and everything here. All right, so when you apply any filters on the report, okay, and you want to reset all your filters, then here you have a filter reset default button. Just click on it, all the filters will be reset. Next you have the usage metrics, right? So this is one, like if you want, you have as an admin, you have published this report, okay, and you your like 100 users are 100 users will be accessing this report, but you want a report like how many users are accessing this report and who is consuming this report most and who is not accessing this report. Okay, then you can leverage this functionality, usage metrics. By clicking on this, it will give you a standard template report where you can see that what is the usage of that particular report. So here if you see, usage of this report is day wise. You can see unique users, and here you can see that which user viewed this report, right? So you can see admin, I have viewed this report 8 times, test user viewed this report 1 time, right? So here you can see all this information. This is a report specific. Okay, if you want to see usage statistics for another report, then you have to open another report and you have to click on this usage metric. Okay, and the usage will be considered based on like one event on this report. Let's say if anybody opened this report and just close that, then it will be considered that yes, user opened this report, user accessed this report. Okay, so it doesn't capture like how much time user like explored this report, how much time this user like used this report. This is not something like this. If you just open the report, then it will be considered yes, your name will be captured under the usage metrics. Okay, next here is view related. View related functionality is basically just to help you, like this report is linked on which dashboard. Okay, and it gives you a flexibility, like just if you want to see like this report is linked with which data set, right? Because sometimes what happen, as a general practice, we should keep the data set and a report's name same. Okay, but in case if your report name is like your report name is employees leave balance, okay, but you have changed the data set name is something different, then how would you identify like which data set is linked to this report? Then you can come here and you can see that this is the data set which is linked to this report, and when this was last refreshed at this time. Pardon? Next you have favorite. It's simple. If you make this if you want to make this report favorite, then it will be added to your favorites list, and here you can see all your favorites reports. Next you have subscribe feature. That is another important feature. So for example, if you want to get this report in your inbox every day, right, then you can create a subscription for this report. So here click on add new subscription. So right now I have only one page, otherwise here you have the flexibility to choose the pages also, right? So I want to get the report of one page only, page one only. At one time you can get the report or you can subscribe to one page. Okay, let's say if you have 3 pages in your report, then you have to create 3 alerts, 3 subscriptions here if you want to get 3 pages in your inbox. Here you can set the alert. You can change the page name here. Your subscription name you can change here. Let's say this is your subscription 1. Here you can enter the user IDs like with whom you want to share. Like for example, if I want to send this report to Sahil also, then I can enter the Sahil email ID here. And if you want, you can add a group email ID or distribution list, right? Then here I want to configure the subject of mail. Okay, so subject mail would be like this page is showing me the data for profit by country, Power BI report, right? And here I can send, I can write a mail body, right? Something like this, whatever you want here, right? Then here you have flexibility. You can choose the pages, right? So I want to send the first page only. And here you have frequency. You can choose daily basis, weekly basis, hourly basis, monthly basis, whatever you want. It's your based on your requirement. So I want to send this report on daily basis, right? Now, for example, if I want to send it only on like weekdays, I don't want to send on Monday and Saturday, Sunday and Saturday, then I can disable it. And at what time I want to schedule it, let's say before I come to office, I should get this report in my inbox. After every 15 minutes of, you can schedule this. Start date, there is no end date for it. Access to this report also, I want to provide the access of this report, and the link of this report also I want to share in that email, right? Done, save and close. Here your subscription would be created. Here you see, okay, there is some message you cannot subscribe use free users. Okay, so I think Sahil did not activated the Power BI Pro. Users or groups from a non-premium workspace. Okay, so let me choose another person, Manag. Okay, now close it. Here your subscription is set, right? Now, if you go to subscription again, here you can see all your subscriptions. Okay, this is your subscription 1, and what is inside this, you can have a look. If you want to make any change, you can do that. If you want to run the subscription right now, just press the run button. This is manual run. Click on this, run now. We are sending the email subscription to all the subscribed users. So all users now will get the email subscription email alert. Okay, and this image, the image will be captured and send it to the all users. Got it? Next functionality, we have the share button. Okay, if individual report you want to share with anybody, then you can just use the share. Click on the share, and here you can write the email addresses with whom you want to share it. If you want to see the list of shared people, then you can go to access tab. Here you will see that this report has been already shared with all these users, right? As I once I create the subscription, okay, and I provided the access to Munag, so here I see Munag is coming into the list. Munag is having the access of read only. Okay, if I want, I can provide the read and reshare also. Means if I want Munag to further share this report, then I can change the permission, read and reshare. If I want to remove the access, just go here and remove access, because this report is linked with all these all these dashboards and data sets. So I'm removing access from everywhere. That's it. Now Monarch has been removed from the access list. Next functionality we have here, generate QR code. This is required sometimes, like when we don't want to visualize this report physically. Okay, a good example is, for example, if you want to display any, if you have created any report for your warehouse. Okay, and in warehouse there are a lot of workers are working, and you want to enable only manager, that manager can just access that report through the QR code from his mobile device or tablet device. Then what you need to do, you have to export the QR code of this report. Here is the QR code. Now you can download, print it on a page and paste it somewhere on a wall. Now if warehouse